You see those warriors from Hammerfell?
Reach me with that hand.
Hey everybody, it's me, KRB, and I'm here for something that's a little bit different. Now, you guys probably don't know this, but recently we've made a little survival server. The server is called Cool Guy Zone, hosted on the Eternos.me server network. Not sponsored, but Eternos, hit me up if you're interested. It's the Cool Guy Zone, spelled with 2 zeros instead of O's because I think that name was already taken. And yeah, that's our server. It's got our beautiful icon, a wonderful tagline here. And I'm going to give you guys a tour of our beautiful server. So yeah, this is our server. This is our beautiful server. There's some pillagers over there. Just ignore them. Please don't let them ruin your day. Anyway, here we have it. This is the spawn area. All right, this is where you spawn. Here is the spawn point. It has a very nice welcoming sign. It says, "Welcome to Osteoporosis Land." You spawn in this beautiful village. There is just one problem though. All the villagers are extinct. There's this guy, I spawned him in because I felt lonely. But basically all the villagers, they suffered a mass extinction. Ryan says it's because of Ebola. I don't really believe that. I think it was because of the major onslaught of zombies that appeared in the village at one point. But for whatever reason, this village is a ghost town and there are pillagers here. Pillager. Oh, there's a raid going on. Hold on, excuse me. Angry Squidward demons. I'm trying to show them a tour of my server and you guys are attacking me. This is very uncool. This is not kosher. This is getting kind of ridiculous. I just want to give a tour of my server and there's frickin' raiders everywhere. I will not let them take Osteoporosis Land. All right, last frickin' illagers, whatever you things are, pillagers, illagers, villagers, spillagers, just die. That's what you get. What the frick is this thing? Holy crap. Squidward cow. That was a stupid frickin' raid, man. I hated that. That was awful. I'm a hero of the village now, though, so. We have a serious creeper problem on this server. There are creepers everywhere. We don't know what to do about them. This is a shack. Now, originally I thought that Ryan had built this while I was gone. It turns out I was wrong. This is just the algorithm for spawning villages being really stupid and one of them spawned down here. Anyway, that's the shed. We now move on to our next segment. Here we have, I like to call this thing the obelisk because that's basically the only word that you can use to describe it. It's a big stone tower. Now I don't know, I think Ryan built this for some purpose, for some arcane reason. Oh, I almost forgot. If we're on the server here, I might as well introduce you guys to my 2 weapons, okay? So I have 2 swords because the enchantment didn't work properly the first time. I have the Asbestos Blade. Now the Asbestos Blade is a very, very powerful weapon. This was a level 30 enchantment. I had to save up a lot to get this. Basically, the Asbestos Blade is like unholy terror to anything that is dead. So if you watch this, ready? If I go to Night, actually, this is basically just an anti-monster weapon because it's got 2 very powerful characteristics. Number 1, it's got Smite 4. This can 2-shot a skeleton or a zombie. Hello, skeleton. How are you? Watch this. 1 hit. 2 hits. Boom. And that's the same with any skeleton. After the Asbestos Blade, my secondary weapon is Joe. He feared the power of Joe, and that's why he tried to blow me up. Now that we've seen the weapons, we move on to the next portion of the tour, and that is our massive mob grinder. Now, I know there's a lot better ways to build a mob grinder. There's like some fancy mechanisms that you can make, but you just can't beat the simplicity of a massive tower with water on top. And that's essentially what this is. This is a really big tower. Up there, this darkness and water, basically things fall down a hole, they go down here, and they die. And when they die, they drop things, and their drops go into here. it does have a special feature. Because I was tired of falling, I built this ladder. The ladder goes all the way up. I was originally going to make it a double wide ladder, but I ran out of ladders, so it's just a single wide ladder. Now there's a lot of buttons here. I feel like I cannot stress enough how many buttons we have on the ground. Now that that's out of the way, we can move on to the true legendary section of the tour. Don't tell anybody about this. Oh yeah, this is where we kept the chickens until they blew up. Here we move on to the special MVP VIP secret access area of the tour. Now, you may be thinking, there's nothing here. And you would be right. Right here, there's just grass. It's just grass. There's nothing here, right? So you may be thinking, there's nothing here. Well, you're wrong. You see, I'm gonna go into spectator mode for this because you have to see this. So basically, when we got this world, there was the village. This mountain was not here. This little hill, it was not here. This was a massive hole. So there's a big hole here, and you may be noticing there is no big hole anymore. There's just land. So basically what happened was, we had a big hole, and inside the big hole, there was a structure. And then yesterday, we thought Carter was gonna join. Now that's all nice, but the problem is Carter does not necessarily have the best track record of not blowing up buildings. So what we did is, we got completely panicked and we just completely sealed up the hole. So yeah, this was a Herculean task. We had a massive hole to cover up, and we did it in under 15 minutes because we were terrified and the adrenaline was fueling our building prowess. But yeah, it looks very realistic. It's got like plants and flowers and stuff all over it. You would never at any moment suspect that just underneath this hill, there is a big hole, but there is. But you may be wondering, with this massive hole, how do we access it? How do we get inside to reveal the secret region? Well, that answer is over here. You see this tree right here? This is the sacred tree. This is the sacred tree of the hole. Now, the sacred tree of the hole hides at its base a secret entrance. Now, if you go down the secret entrance, you find yourself in a tunnel. Now, if you continue down the tunnel, you find yourself inside our cave. Now this area is very well hidden. You would not be able to discover it unless you absolutely knew where it was, or unless you just dug through the mountain, but we're gonna pretend that people can't do that. So anyway, here we have our massive cavern. The cavern does not have a name, but it's really nice, and despite the fact that we have a million torches here, mobs still end up spawning, so that's a problem, but we're gonna fix that at some point. We have trees in here. We're eco-friendly, you see. We're Lorax approved. And we have trees here, and they grow, and we take their wood. This was a potato farm, I believe, but it is no longer a potato farm. It is now just a bunch of dirt. And then here we have our Piece de la Résistance, the gateway into the city. It's not really a city, it's more like 4 rooms, but it's the best that we can do on such short notice. I forgot what this thing is called, but it's the main entrance area. As you can see, it's made primarily of stone, but there are these very nice wood accents. The wood accents really help to bring out the stone, you know, like you can really see the grays and the dark grays and the light grays. I mean, it's just, if this isn't aesthetically pleasing, I can't tell you what is. Here we have the 4 pillager flags that I jacked from a pillager's house. That was a cave noise and it scared me. But yeah, so this is our house. The first thing I'll show you guys is Ryan's area. Anyway, there's a bunch of barrels here. Barrels, I guess, are supposedly a superior storage system when compared to chests. I still like chests. There's also a blast furnace here. This is our like utility hallway. Now you go down here. This is the hell hole. This is the portal that brings us to hell. And in here we have the very powerful enchanting room. Now it's slightly off center. The enchantment table is not where it's supposed to be. It should be right there. But yeah, we can enchant things here. This is how I got Joe an asbestos blade. Yes, very, very powerful. In fact, right now I have Mesothelioma Destroyer, and I'm going to enchant Mesothelioma Destroyer with the power of this lapis lazuli. Anyway, now that I have an enchanted pick, we now move on to the bra hole. Now the bra hole is a very crucial and important part of our building. You see, the purpose of the bra hole is essentially just to get rid of anything that you don't want. So you see these wheat seeds just sitting around doing nothing? Bra hole. And they are never seen again, burned. Anything else I have? Andesite. Who even uses andesite? Sia wouldn't want to be a. Rotten flesh. Don't want to eat that. It's down in the bro hole. You know, like anything that you don't like. This torch goes. Ah! Yeah, so that's about that. That's that. And then, now that we've seen this area, we move on to my room. Now, you can tell it's my room because it's made of stone. I like stone. I live in crippling fear of my house catching on fire because I've had very bad history with that. So my building is essentially just made entirely of stone. I have furnaces on my ceiling because I like how it looks. It would totally ruin the smoothness of the room if I just like slapped a furnace there. So we have ceiling furnaces. They're superior in every way. You may think there's nothing here, right? Well, you'd be wrong. This very poorly concealed lever up here in the corner holds a secret. The bruh door. That's about it for the house. There is but one last final thing to show you guys, and that is through the hellhole. We were unlucky enough to arrive in a section of the nether that has basically nothing. It's this big empty thing. There's some pigmen there. So what I did is I got to work and I made the highway to hell. Now, the highway to hell is a massive hole. I started with explosives, then I ran out, so then I just started digging. But it's a hole that digs straight through the nether wall, and it gets all the way down to the big hell zone. Welcome to the hell zone. There's a gas there. I don't want to be harassed, okay? I'm trying to show off the highway. Screw you. Anyway, this goes on for a very, very long time. It goes all the way over in that direction to like another island, but it eventually goes up to a stairway. Now here we have the highway to hell. I would say this is the stairway to heaven. It's actually just the stairway in hell. So really not that impressive, but it does go up to this little island thingy here. So anyway, that was basically it. There's really not much else to show you guys on this server. That was the official Cool Guy Zone server. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any more gangster stuff that appears at any point in the future, I will update you guys with a new tour. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, brothers.